check it out on that one.
Yeah. All right. So let's go straight into it. Now, so we work together on my group coaching program and
Mm-hmm.
coming in, I must say, so I'm a coach. I've been doing this for 10 years. I really enjoyed working with you because you're very coachable. I will tell you the truth. Some people think they know what they know, and they come into the environment and they're like, "Ugh, I already know what to do. I just need this and this." And I try to gently tell them, not quite. But I will notice for you that you were just open. You were like listening. You could have done anything you wanted on your own. But it's just really cool to meet people who could just listen and pay attention and execute. So tell me a little bit more about what energy you came coming in that made it just so easy for you to just listen, trust, and execute.
Like I said from the beginning, when we talk on the phone, like the very initial call, that I have read I've said like 100 books about real estate, and I don't know, kept the I didn't feel the energy from reading their books, but when I read yours, it just caught up me to me like right there. I know, like like way your market strategy match my, and like the range I'm looking for, it's match my as well, and the market that I'm looking for, it's match my, like I don't have to like put a lot where $300,000 house just to get
Yeah.
the same passive income, where I can get like
Less.
80, yeah, exactly,
Less than you get.
like
Thank you.
eight, yeah, like $80,000 home, man. And so like when I read into like their strategy, is like I have to have like very deep pocket to
They
get in that
do.
kind of market, right? So for your market, I'm like, dude, this is like perfect. Like, I mean, that's why like when when I get into the call,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm all ears.
You
Like,
are. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah,
Not everyone can do that.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
so you were
so
like, okay, you were like so there was something in you that was like, I know this can work. So you were just really open to just sort of trust and believe that it can, and your energy matches it. So you're like, if you believe
yes,
it can happen, you're like, well, let me just listen instead of thinking it's not possible.
yes,
Then go forward.
yes.
Okay, great. So we just finished, I think, in what, June of 2022, or was it May or June that we
I
finished
think
work, or
was
July?
I think was June. I think June.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. It
yeah,
just
June.
rolls into each other.
Yeah.
So, okay. And so many people do not think these houses exist. What would
Mhm.
you say to that?
No, when you're first beginning the training, like I was overwhelmed because I just because I'm a flight attendant, I can go anywhere I want, right? And I look at like really big cities, and big city, like they have a lot of inventory, but like it's very competitive. Like you can see like houses list up for like a
Mhm.
couple days and they all gone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And like like the price like you're asking, like they not gonna I don't know, I just say um it's not realistic match to your like what you're looking for. What I mean, like now you go to like let's say like St. Louis or let's say,
Baltimore, maybe the more well
yeah,
known,
what I mean,
the more
it's like
well known
yeah, like
urban low cost
you can't
market.
find like, yeah, like you can't find like the range I'm looking for. But if you really deep into like your strategy is like growing population, but it's
Don't
still,
give away all the goodies, my
yeah,
boy.
yeah, like, but it's still have like
But
inventory
yeah, we look at all those different
where yeah,
factors.
where like people don't see that,
Yeah.
like they don't tell you anywhere, but your program tell you like, hey, you have to go follow, like even small cities, like you never heard before, like what I mean, like out of nowhere, you know like you don't think like why even go to the city, like no, like nobody go to. Well, I was looking for my property that I bought from your strategy.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the, so like you say, like how this inventory, there's thousands of them out there.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad I caught one, and I'm about to get another one here.
I
Like
know. I know you are.
using your strategy, because like I said, I mean, like if I don't do it now,
Yeah.
this market gonna go increase like 3 times from what I looking at, like in the next 5 years.
So I work with people, I mostly work with Black professionals, but I do work with men and women from the Asian community. My first client, though, was an Asian woman from California. So
Hmm.
I sort of know who I work with. And it's so funny because I have noticed when I work with your community, you guys will work with me and buy one, and then you buy 20 more. And then your whole family gets on it. And then they buy 20 more. And I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
I see how it works. One doesn't. And then you will have so much money being thrown at you to follow in your lead. So I've just seen that before. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be what happens with you, but I do notice it's like very quick pace of like once the momentum gets started. Do you sort of
Mhm.
see that for yourself now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like I have talked to like to my couple like cousins
Mm-hmm.
where
Get
they
ready.
yeah, where they no, no, I'm saying like where they I don't tell them my strategy, but I'm saying like your if you smart with your money, you should have invest in me, then like where can you find like where you put your money in, and you get this passive income. I'm just saying like let's say like in the future, like if I run out of money for buying like 5 houses left, I don't have any more, like no more like money for put down payment. So I'm gonna go next to a person where that's my cousin. He have
Oh,
like
yeah,
deep,
that's what I've
deep
seen.
deep,
Mhm.
like deep pocket, right? I say, hey, if you give me $30,000,
Yep.
and this is how much I give you a month, and like go find a bank that can allow you to do that. Like no, like no bank give you this passive income here. I give you $400, $400, But even though he doesn't
Mhm.
know I'm buying a house, and that
Mhm.
house in the future is gonna be my house because I'm using his money.
Smart.
So
Ooh.
so 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 like they said, like yeah, that's how I using my cousin, to the next
Yeah,
like
your expertise. You took the time
yeah,
to learn. You took the time to groom yourself. You took the time to search. You had the guts where other people did not, because it can be quite intimidating.
yeah,
And you invested in the knowledge to get it. So you are a different person. Your skill set is completely different. And so honestly, if you were in my family, I'd feel comfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Because you've done
yeah,
all the work. This isn't all talk. And I found
yeah.
that. And kudos to your community. Of course, it's all, different Asian ethnicities, of course.
Mhm.
But I have noticed a strain that, one of y'all learn how to make money, everyone is just like they're sharks, man. They're like, what? They are quick to be like, okay, we like playing this game.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
really cool because I've just seen an expansion. Whereas in our community, we're so insular. I see an
hmm,
expansion within the individual families I work with because a lot of times I work with husband-wife teams and they'll go on to do more and more. But it's just a little more challenging to just get like your cousins with deeper pockets to just sort of
yeah,
go in with you. So, that is of course, I think, it's like an advantage, but to me, working over the last 10 years, it's just really cool to see. It's like, it's
yeah.
straight, like, I know how this pattern goes and it's a good pattern and it works. And I'm not joking when they say they go on to get, at least 20 homes between everyone who comes on board. And I mean, that's wealth. Like, honestly, in this price range, how many do you need, Tanner? If you replicated what you did, how many do you need to have financial freedom? Five? How
Oh,
many
for
would you
me,
say you would need? Three, four, five, depending on the
no,
deal?
yeah, I said five should be you should be good for me. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all you need, which is really cool. So tell us a little bit more about the property you purchased. And sounds like you were open-minded. So you didn't have too many preconceptions. You're like, yeah, this is the strategy. So you didn't have like too much nervousness, which is what made you really open. But then you did the program and tell us about the house and how do you feel now at this point after going through this process?
So I feel very happy because I follow your program,
You did.
and I went and researched the area and all that, the crime and the rental meter, and even though it's a declining just by like point something
A
percent.
declining market. Yes.
Yeah, but even with that, but I was looking at something like they open a casino, and a bunch of like hospital universe. I'm like, why would any city like have this, and like it's not gonna be growing in the future? So I take that, and then I was like, you know what? I just see how long is a property usually lasts,
Hmm.
and it somehow it's only lasts for like 2 weeks in this population. But why would all this property go off the market so fast?
investors, but still
Yeah.
there's something there
But
for that. That there's still
yeah.
money coming into the economy, right? Now it's not through
Yeah.
the people, through investors, but it
Yeah.
still makes a difference.
But anyway, but I so go back to my property I bought, and so it's up and running, and it is managed by a property manager, and you know, I get the passive income that I'm really targeting for, and you know, and now it's running. That's my first house and that I property that I bought using your program.
So, tell me about your wife. I didn't meet her during this thing. You did it all on your own. Wasn't like a tag team, which I usually do. So, tell me, like, through the process, how she
Mhm.
sort of started viewing you differently. Like, because I know for me, there's this look that comes in people's eyes when they find out my skill
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
that, like, they go from like just casual to like, oh, maybe I should listen to what they say. Tell
Yeah.
me, did that happen, or what was her sort of journey with you, because it was all you, but she's there and she's listening and she's watching. Tell me
Yes.
about how she may have changed from the beginning to the end and to now.
So I so when before I purchased your program, like I presented her with a lot of information, you know. I said, so this is the target range, and this, and here come this lady presenting us with her program, and which is matching our what we're looking for. And just one information, she's a nurse, and so she's been very overwhelming for the last two years with this pandemic, you know, because it's
Yeah,
bad
a lot of
time.
work, a lot of
It's a
stress.
bad, yeah,
Mhm,
it's a bad time to be a nurse right now.
mhm,
But anyway, so and somehow like we talk about it, and you know, we make a decision in like in 2 days, and I call you back right away. You know, I say, hey,
yeah.
let's get this done. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And so she really trusts me about, you know, getting on this thing,
Oh,
and when I told her that the property I really want, you know, the one I bought, and she said, if you have that, you know, that feeling, and you trust the program, and you know what you're doing, go ahead and proceed, you know. And here I did, and here come the next property I'm looking at right here,
right.
which couple months here.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, I trust you the first time, use the program, do it again. You know what I mean? The next, you know what I mean, 5 houses, it's gonna be, you know, we trust each other
Yeah.
because all for your program, you know, and
Wow.
because I mean, it's the people say, like, you know, the most challenging is the first property. You know, when you get that over the obstacle,
Mhm.
the next property is gonna be like the breeze. You know exactly what you did in the first time, and now it's the second time to be the same as the first time.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. You don't, yeah, it's replicatable, right?
mhm.
Even if it's a new situation. Wow, that's amazing. You have that much trust that you've developed in your
Yeah,
wife. And she was just like, I trust
yeah.
you,
You know
babe.
what?
Wow.
It's just about like the sweet talk, you know. That's how something I read from the books too, man. Like I'm a flight attendant.
You read 100 books.
I'm telling
Yes.
you, I'm going on a plane, and
Yes.
that's all I do, man. I serve people, then after that, I sit on the back of my plane and just reading books and about
Yeah.
persuasive, and now just talk to your
Yeah.
wife and make her feel
Yeah.
like you need to follow her. Anyway, anyway, yeah.
And you're pretty happy with the cash flow and the
Oh
purchase
yes, yeah,
price.
yep. And I could not believe that, man. I cannot believe like where you don't have to be have a deep pocket, you know. I mean, to
Yeah.
you know, to get the passive income where the people are thinking like they have to have like $300,000 to buy something for the same. I mean, it's crazy because you don't
Same
really.
cash flow. Honestly, I've seen them get
Yeah.
less. I will keep saying that. They buy
Yes.
$300,000 house. But let's talk about why this works, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you're still discerning. We're not just buying cheap properties. You see me
Hmm.
go, no, no, a lot, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
like, even though it's a low cost property, I still like to emphasize to people, no, and a lot of analysis went into it. Just because it's cheap did not mean that we skimped on
Yes.
understanding. But we understood the neighborhood, we understood the market, we understood macro to micro. We
Yeah.
analyzed everything. So if we were to do this in a higher price range, it would still be good. Listen, I bought a house for my own primary residence. It doubled in value already, like my last house. Like the skill set is very transferable. We just
Yeah.
like a low price because we know how to, through all of the messiness that can be in a low price neighborhood, we know how to sift through and find the gems. So what would you say about like what goes into getting a low cost property and how much sort of discernment, work, analysis that goes into it? Because I think some people think that you just buy a cheap home, and I'm like, that'll get you in trouble. Do you understand why I really
Mhm.
emphasize that to people?
Yes, yes. No, it's like like you said with when your program is telling you like how to looking for a property where even though it's cheap, but if it's like it can be in a good area, you know what I mean? Like which my property was, and I mean it's just this is like a hidden gem because like there's no way like you find like something like this price range, and you know I mean you never yourself is not in the bad neighborhood, I mean, this neighborhood, and somehow you just, you know, believe in yourself.
So you bought a multifamily. So you got a duplex,
Yes,
from what I
yes,
remember.
yep.
What kind of neighborhood was it? You can just describe it sort of demographically. But you went there and you were fine, you know, because I don't encourage people to buy cheap stuff. And like, I remember I was listening to one guy who wore like a bulletproof vest to go look at a property. And I'm like, if you got to do that, like, honestly, pay a little bit more, you know, like,
Yeah,
that's too much. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to fight for your right to real
yeah.
estate.
Right, right.
But tell me, for you, tell me
So
about
I got the
demographic and what you found.
okay. So my property is really actually in a very quiet neighborhood, and so I did like walking for you know I mean out of my car because you know because I'm brave enough because I was in the like I was in the military. I see a lot of actions. So this is like no not
Yeah.
the same.
Unless someone's trying to hide behind a rock and kill you,
Right.
literally,
So
you're good.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. For me to see like visually, I have to get walking. You know, what I mean to see like because is any bad danger because if I am able to walk, then my tenant can able to do the same thing. So I did a
Yeah.
visual maybe like 3 or 4 times before I really commit to this property.
Okay, good.
Um,
I did that too before, and I
yeah,
found out there was a drug dealer's house. But I did that, and that's how you find out these things where you just sort of take a little. It's and all it is taking a little bit of time and going.
yeah,
I flew out here, so let me come back in the morning, and I've done that. Let me come back maybe in a couple days, and if I still like it, let's go. Right. So
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like you're just throwing heads to the wind. We do what we can, right, to sort of
Mhm.
as much as to find out exactly what the real deal is, not like our first impression. Right.
Yes, yeah, and this thing is like it's located in a very busy area, like it's like close to very close to like intersection section. They have like a good transportation.
Yeah.
And it is some a couple market that was there, and there was a big Walmart was there, and so I was thinking like you know what I mean like for somebody to live here,
Yeah, Walmart. Listen,
it's very convenient for them. It's very attractive to a lot of people.
yeah, yeah,
So anyways, go back to your question is Democratic was it's really mix of everything, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel very it's not a great in this neighborhood, but it's safe, you know?
yeah. And we check that anyways before you even go out to
Yes.
ensure the likelihood of
Yeah.
that. But regardless of what we see online, when you get out there, we have to see it in person just
Hmm.
to make sure, because the computer and numbers do tell us a story, but
Yeah.
there can be anomalies, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So you being in person, sometimes in this price range, they want to buy sight unseen because they're looking at the MLS. They're like, "Yo, it's $45,000." I'm like,
Hmm.
"No, you gotta go see it in this price range.
Yeah.
You gotta see the neighborhood. You gotta see the actual house." I like to say in the
Hmm.
lower price ranges, they do more of a sales job to get you to
Yes.
come look at it. So the sales is a little higher, meaning this picture on this wall, but not picture here of the whole. They want
Yes.
you to buy a sight unseen. Listen, your fault, you know?
Hmm.
A little bit. Sometimes they don't because they don't like contracts falling through, but still. Yeah, so and you're looking at a new house, and we'll just wrap this up, but you're looking at another property,
Yes. Yes.
same area?
No, no, this is it's gonna be because the one I'm looking at and it's easy access for me because like I with the last property that I bought I had to fly into a major airline and get myself a car to drive down there for another an hour and a half. So this time around I'm just gonna I found this place where I just fly into the major airport, then it's about maybe like 30 minutes or 20 minutes away.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
population growth. and I seen there's still quite opportunity for a lot like inventory
Mm-hmm.
left. I couldn't believe it, like, you know what I mean, like, for inventory like exist at this point out of this market where you drop it out there and it's be gone like in the day,
Yeah,
but it still exists.
yeah.
It's crazy. It's
It
crazy.
does. And they're not everywhere, and we still have to look, right? So it's not like you're
Mhm.
gonna walk outside and see some low price property that's just like, oh, and it's like, no,
Yeah.
it's not like that plentiful.
Yes. Yes.
But they
Exactly.
do exist. They are there. And the big corporations haven't gotten to them yet,
Yes.
you know. So I love it. I'm really happy. And so we're keeping this casual. So when it's casual to everyone out there, we don't necessarily reveal all the secrets and goodies, just what we're comfortable with. And I don't
Yeah.
talk about what markets specifically because on this platform I have enough of a reputation, well earned. Listen, I know what my reputation is. Where if I mention a market, and if he would have said this market, and they know, like, you'd have 10,000 investors there, right? And
Yes.
they'd buy all your stuff, Tanner. So that's why I
Yeah.
don't say it on my. They do it
Yes.
pump the market. That's why I
Yeah.
don't do it on my public platform because they know we don't just be finding, we don't find like lackluster stuff. This is the real
Yeah.
deal. And what I like to tell people as we end this is I think real estate investing is easy and it is
Hmm.
my skill set. I'm really good at this. I'm
Yes.
good
Yeah.
at teaching it. So I think it's easy. And I tell my clients, I think it's easy if you work with me. Would you say after you've gone through it that you're like, yeah, it was, and I say it's a game. And once you know the rules, it's an
Hmm.
easy game to play. You can just keep on playing this game, right?
Yeah.
And when you win, it's real money, not monopoly money. Real
Yes.
money, real assets. And I'm selling one of my own properties that I paid 25,000 for. It's going for 220, even with falling rates, because it's like 10 minutes away from a university, right?
Yes.
So this
Yeah.
is real money. This isn't monopoly money.
Hmm.
So I think it's easy. And once you learn the rules, which I teach, it's not bad at all. And I actually
Hmm.
teach you. You actually work with me the entire time. So tell me, when I told you on the phone and you talked to me, and I was like, "Yo, you're gonna think it's easy." What would you say to that? And it's okay if you disagree, but it's just literally how I see it. I mean, I think it's simple at this point. But you tell me, what's your impression of real estate investing? The ease of it at this point for you?
I think after I get to your program, I think I feel very comfortable, you know what I mean? And I highly recommend people get onto your program, and because the way that you walk me through it, and it's just so easy. Like after like the first 4 weeks, and I know exactly
Yeah,
what I was doing, and because you very thoroughly about, you know, your step. So I feel very comfortable even like after the fourth week, you know what I mean,
yeah,
after the before even hit like the 10 weeks, I'm already there. I'm already like ahead of myself, and like, you know, like
yeah, yeah,
this is the best program ever, because, you know, I mean, you feel it, man, because like,
yeah.
um I don't know, it's just like it just match up with you, you know.
Yeah, and
um
it's funny you mentioned that about 4 weeks because I actually start telling people when I talk to them, you honestly, now it's 8 weeks. Like I'm like telling you, you honestly are gonna be good at 4,
mhm.
but the extra 4 is just so you to mentally feel good because it's supposed to be struggle, but you
Yes.
honestly won't need it. You will have everything you need literally after 4 weeks. That's
Yes.
what I'm telling people, and it wasn't like this last year. There's something about what I've created where each year it's just you need less and less time to get faster and faster results.
Hmm.
I built something. I don't know what I built, but the fact that you made it after 4 weeks, you were good. You're like, I got it.
Yes.
And that's what I tell people now, but it's sort of hard to say that. So I'm glad that you said it because I was like, I
Hmm.
don't know what's taking place, but it don't even need all this time anymore.
Yes.
You're gonna still hang out with each other because you're gonna like to
Yes.
see what other people are doing, right? Because I just told you I just did one of these casual chats with Melba, and she got a property in a very, very fast-paced North Carolina market. You
Hmm.
guys know North Carolina is off the chain.
Yes.
But it was cool. I'm telling Tanner, like, make sure you go see it because you were in there with her. You were in the program, and now she's
Yeah.
talking about what she bought. And there's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great feeling, isn't it? And tell us
Hmm.
last thing, just and I mean it this time. Tell us about the
Okay.
people that you were also in the coaching program with. And you saw everything. I think. I think you saw ups and downs and success.
Yeah.
So tell me about like being around the others and how that sort of did anything for you or affected you or skewed your perspective.
Okay. when I get into the group, I'm very like I'm open minded. I want to hear other people's like strategy, and when I come out every single group coaching, I feel like, man, this is like the best money I ever put, because it's just the knowledge that you don't hear from anywhere, you know what I mean? And then you
People
heard
pay
from people.
$30,000 and don't get a tenth of a
Yeah,
20th,
exactly.
a
And, like
50th of what I give. So I'm
yeah,
just like,
yeah, and it's
maybe.
crazy. Like everybody have their own little strategy, and then like you just sit there and you write down, everybody. I'm like and you come. That's like 1,000 knowledge. So anyway, so go into the group call. I felt like very knowledgeable. So after I finish every every sections of a roofing call, because I listen to all the people's their steps. Because everybody mixing the same. Because some people have done 6 weeks already. Some people did the first week,
Mhm.
and some did the three. It's like a mix of everything, and you see like everybody share their ideas. And I took from everybody else's, and they took from mine. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now that I'm finished and pass on to another person, and it's all come down to you, because you have like the best program, and everybody really thank you for that your
Oh,
program.
I'm so happy. Well, it's I'm happy to see you happy. I'm
Yes.
happy to see you thinking, yeah, no, I'm comfortable. Yeah, where's it at? Like if someone told you there's a house in Texas, you're like, all right, bet, I'm gonna go. Right? It's not this big intimidating thing. You know
Hmm.
exactly what to look for. And honestly, they'll be coming to you for advice versus the other way around. So I have a new book that I'm editing now. It's
Yes.
investing out of state, sort of like the strategy I use for investing
Hmm.
out of state. That skill set alone just really takes you to the next level when it comes to investors, because a lot of people know
Yes.
your current market, but
Hmm.
through the program and through what you had to do in order to get to this goal, you know how to invest in any market long distance, no matter where you are, anywhere in the United States. That is
Yes.
so much power
Yes.
that you now hold.
Hmm.
Because distance isn't an issue, where that's everyone's issue if they want a low cost property, right? Because they don't live in the
Yes.
cities. So so I'm happy to see like you guys happy. I'm happy to see you realize that it can be easy, because what happens, and I've seen this for 10 years, you're gonna now in your family, you're gonna be like, it's almost like an oracle or a guide now financially.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, they're going to have someone they can talk to who's knowledgeable, who can show them their own way of doing real estate, but they're comfortable coming to you. You're comfortable sharing. And I just find like I am on a mission to get so many people to financial independence. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, it literally is me working with you. And then for your family, you become the flagship.
Yes.
That's how it's going to happen. I can't work with everyone, but I can work with
Yes.
you, and then you can generationally change the trajectory of your entire family. I don't say
Yeah.
that lightly. Do you see that
Yeah.
too? Like you really
Yes.
can take them to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said earlier, like we like our community, we help each other out like that.
Yes.
But for me, man, like my family is very competitive. Like once you do, like I'm not telling you nothing about my strategy, because they have a like deep pocket. Because once you tell them all my
Oh, you're
marketing,
out of the game.
so
You're out. I had to do it myself.
so
Right.
I'm not helping them at all right now, because
Right.
because
They're competitive. I love it.
I'm the lowest one here. So
Right.
so
And so you're
they
working
all
your way
know.
up.
So if they want to get your program, I'm gonna introduce you to make them pay to learn 10 weeks that I learned. So I'm not gonna
Mhm.
press on, man. So like you said, that we help each other out. No, we're not helping each other out here at all over here.
well, you're doing it your own little way, where you're like, okay, I'll hook you up if you want me to hook you up. I can do
Yeah,
this for you. This is what I'm getting. You're
yeah, but
still
I made
though,
more the hard way though.
you're still taking them to a higher place than where they were,
Yeah,
right? And it's
yes.
because of your skill
The
set.
best I can do is I introduce them to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like like you see what like the next three houses. They see how successful I am,
Yeah.
and they say how you do it. And I
Ah,
say go to Lisa Phillips and see I
okay.
show you how.
I am happy to do that. But I'm
Hmm.
glad that, and I say this on the call, don't tell everybody your market, because I'm telling you, it'll be gone, right? They'll
Yes,
snap it up.
yes,
And I don't do this to be me, but there's going to be at some level that you grow into a business person where you realize you got to keep some state secrets, okay?
hmm,
Like,
yeah,
and I like that
yes,
you sort of have that attitude, because that's when you go from amateur to professional.
yes,
All right, this is so fun, Tanner. It
yes,
has been a pleasure working with you. I'm so
yes,
happy that
ma'am.
you're wife sort of looked at you like, I trust you. And she's like, I trust you for the second one. I'm glad you feel so comfortable.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you're looking at different markets. You're like, I got it. I love that you're taking it back to your family. And you're like, look, this is what I can do. And it's a
Hmm.
real skill set. Like you have
Yes,
a
yes,
skill
ma'am.
set that people from all over the world wants to know what you know.
Yes, ma'am.
They want
Yes.
to know what I know. I know it
Hmm.
already because I've gotten emails from people all over the world and they're
Hmm.
wondering about it. But there's a difference. There's a difference between someone who sends me an email and then someone who actually I work with. Because if I work with you, I give you my all. And you're going to get
Hmm.
all the nuances. This is why after 4 weeks, you're like, oh, what? Oh, it's so easy, right?
Hmm.
But that's
Yes.
just the way I run my program because even though I could hold, like, once you invest in me, that's when I give my all because at the end of the day, like that's how I sort of go, okay, you invest in me. I'm going to make sure you're super happy with it.
Hmm.
But like I said, you're very open, you're very coachable and teachable. And I would tell anyone out there, have an open mind
Hmm.
when you come in and be willing to have someone be able to teach you. It's amazing how many people in their 30s or 40s are not as teachable as
Yes.
they think they are.
Hmm. Yes. You're correct.
But
Yes.
just do their own thing. So I want to say, like, the reason you're so competent is because you just let me pour the knowledge into you
Hmm.
without having all this resistance and just asking the right strategic questions, which we have the answers to. And you could just go on about your business. So I'm just really proud of you. I can't wait to see you 10 years from now, like my other coworkers from or the Asian community I've worked with,
Yes.
like they're
Oh,
rich
it's gonna be,
now.
yeah, it's gonna be more. Yeah, you
Yes,
believe me, it's gonna be more coming at you,
I've
at
seen
you. But
I've seen this before.
once I set this up, it's gonna a
Mhm.
whole lot more. And
I've seen it before.
because
You know me, I don't get
you know,
jealous. I'm just impressed. I'm just like,
yeah,
look at
yeah,
that. And I
because
learn.
yeah, because the Asian community, like they all like that, like they call them like the opportunists, man. Because once you
Oh,
see
they
the
smell
good
it. But
stuff,
I do.
it's
Listen,
just stay out there looking for it, man. Like
I
you just
smell it too, though. I respect it because I am that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, they're like, they know a deal. They're not stupid. And they're not only know a deal, they are willing to act on it. That's what I've seen. I'm the same way. Like, I can sniff out a good deal and put money towards it, whereas other
Mhm.
people, whatever fear mechanisms they have in place that stops them happy, honestly, at the end of the day.
Yes, I want to thanks everything for everything, Lisa. I think I mean for God lead me to you, because if He could lead me anywhere, He led me to you. So I want to thank you so much, man. Like I must have did something right, for
You
Him to
did.
to lead me.
So
Hmm.
so I will say God is a part of this, yeah, or whatever deity you like, universe, me, I embrace all of those.
Hmm.
But I also like to say I also get me reflected back and it's not everyone's me, right? And so I do appreciate when I teach people like you that you can go on, you just learn it so quickly and then you're
Hmm.
off. But
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
what a life of integrity gives you. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Wasn't always easy, but we're here. And I
Yeah.
think it's big. So, all right, love. I appreciate the work. I appreciate working with you. It was so fun. Thank you for taking the time for this casual chat. And with that, I will let you go.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye bye.